Good thing there weren't Nancy Drew games downloaded on there, too.
I already did the Nancy Drew Wii game. It wasn't very good.
Oh.
Remember Sonic, or not Sonic, Sega got really mad at us because we gave the game a bad review.
And that's why we don't get... No, wait, we probably shouldn't talk about this. That's probably a bad idea.
Yikes.
It's okay.
We love you, Sega. If you're,
Sega,
I'm sure Sega is listening to this show.
Sega.
Sega. Sega stopped supporting the Nancy Drew company, though, so I can still be upset at them. What other topics do we have, though?
I think Christian wanted to talk about the Smithsonian exhibit on video games.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, recently all the winners, I guess you could say, all the games have been chosen of what's going to be shown at that big exhibit that's going to be at the Smithsonian about video games. And I wanted to see what everyone else thought of it. Thought of the choices, anyway.
It's a crock.
Nathaniel wrote about this extensively.
Yes, I did. I actually wrote about this on my blog, Expanding Your Horizons, and you can find a link at the bottom of the GameCola page, website page, if it's still there. Anyhow, I wrote about this in a post saying that I largely agree with a lot of the choices. I think it was great to put in some of the variety and some of the really fun, obscure games like nothing that I can think of off the top of my head right now. It's a great
Attack the Mutant Camels.
Yes, exactly. Games like that, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, good stuff like that. But the issue that I had with it is that Zelda and Mario had an absurd representation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's like almost every major Zelda release is on the list.
Yeah.
And one problem is that they pretty much any tier that they put a Zelda or Mario game in was gonna win because everyone knows it, so they were all gonna click on it, and that kicked out like Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
Oh,
was one of the
and
games that were
Earthbound,
kicked
which
out.
was on the same
Oh.
ballot line as that.
Now, maybe this is the sort of thing that should not have been crowdsourced.
Yikes.
Or at least maybe partially.
Clearly, there was no way this was going to be anything but a popularity contest.
Yeah. And maybe
So
partially,
I'm sure
like, I don't
everyone
even
just voted
know.
for the games they like the most, and
Yeah. And I don't know exactly what they were going for, if they were going for the art of the video games as far as like an aesthetic, graphical feel, or are they showing off the games like as a whole product as art? I don't really know what they were going for the actual exhibit.
Well, here's my thing about it. It was supposed to be a celebration of 40 years of video game art. And it's quote, to explore the 40-year evolution of video games as an artistic medium with a focus on striking visual effects, the creative use of new technologies, and the most influential artists and designers. That's what it was supposed to be, but they included all of these Zelda games and all of these Mario games, which made it look like they were saying, well, we want to do the evolution of the Mario series, the evolution of the Zelda series.
Yeah.
And I pointed out in my blog post that there's a Zelda game from every era of the series' existence on the list, and of the 6 Zelda games on the ballot, only one of them, Majora's Mask, isn't going to appear in the actual exhibit because it was beaten out by Ocarina of Time.
Wow.
So if they were to have done a separate mini-exhibit of, look at how Zelda's evolved over the years, look at how Mario's evolved over the years, that would be cool, that would be really interesting. But, instead we've got series like Mega Man that has Mega Man 2 in there. And there's, even though a lot of the games are NES-styled, you've still got, the Mega Man 7 and 8 of the world, you've got the Battle Networks, you've got all of these other things. So entire series, not just Mega Man, have nothing, no representation whatsoever, whereas, apparently Mario and Zelda are the only games that exist. And they make up 11% of the exhibit.
And I thought crowdsourcing this part, it's cool because people are going to see what they want to see, but it should have been part of the exhibit. And then the other part is where they actually step in and say, and these are important too.
Yeah. Well, am I looking at the list and not seeing Tetris?
Yeah. I believe that was something you could vote on too. I think Tetris was on there, and it probably lost to, Zelda.
And there's a very good chance it lost to Zelda or Mario, in fact.
Yeah, I see a lot of games that I am, somewhat surprised, Dune 2, yeah, it's a great game, but I thought that, nobody basically played that game.
Personally, I would like to raise the question of, do we really need SimCity and SimCity 2000?
Yes.
I thought that too. Yeah.
Yeah. And yet we're probably missing the entire Attack of the Mutant Camel series. I mean, there's only the first one. I mean, my goodness.
What about the sequels?
Yeah, you know, I would like if they released. I have no idea what this game is whatsoever. But if they released like a new like a remake of this for Xbox Live Arcade, like the synapses in my brain, they would not fire fast enough to beat my fingers to the keyboard to purchase it. Like there would be no stopping me.
If they put it in that Xbox game room thing.
And it says that Boom Blocks is on there. Isn't this a game that we gave a horrible review of on GameCola at one point?
Oh no,
Yeah,
that's just the
I like
archives
that
again.
one.
Did we? I thought it got a bad review.
Isn't that the game that was directed by, like, Steven Spielberg or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think that's why we made fun of it.
Oh, we gave it an 8.
Did we?
The review I'm looking at by Sprite Monkey in 2008.
Oh. Yes.
Good old Sprite Monkey.
Oh yeah, 8.
28.
I like that game. That's actually one of the games for the Wii I really enjoy.
Not the most aesthetically pleasing game, though.
No, I will
Which
not.
again brings to question what the intent of the exhibit is.
Yeah, and in all fairness, I didn't even vote for Earthbound. I actually voted for
Whoa.
Chrono Trigger. Because it is just a better looking game, because Earthbound, kind of ugly.
Well, that's part of it, too, is that it doesn't necessarily need to be pretty.
Yeah,
It's just
that's what I was
a
thinking.
conscious style decision, which Earthbound is all about conscious style. And those trippy backgrounds are too much fun to pass up.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, that would have been if I don't know if they had battle screenshot though up there. I don't know if they plan on using the exact screenshots they had up, but
I think those were all just sample pictures because I remember reading something about trying to get permission for all of these shots and them just stealing whatever they couldn't get permission for, or something like that. Not that exactly. We would never be accused of doing that.
I would.
Bunch
Thieves.
of thieves over at the Smithsonian.
They make me sick.
One other thing I wanted to bring up about this, there are only 5 games that are actually going to be playable at the exhibit. One of them is Monkey Island, so that's awesome.
That's cool.
That
And the
makes
rest
up
are all
for
Zelda.
at least one Mega Man game not being on there.
The others, in case anyone's wondering, Pac-Man, Super Mario Brothers 1, Myst, and World of Warcraft.
Okay.
Interesting
very,
selection.
Eclectic
Good
selection.
representative samples of a bunch of different genres and eras.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
wait,
Myst, it definitely feels like a game that should be here somewhere, so that's cool.
so hold on, they're gonna have playable games, including World of Warcraft. So are they just gonna have like a line of really poor nerds who are like, "Oh, it's my turn to play World of Warcraft."
I'm gonna go from 1 to 80 today.
But it says that the games will be available for visitors to play for only a few minutes. This is from the Smithsonian's website. So I'm picturing someone, getting in the line, playing his character for 5 minutes, getting back to the line, starting over again.
Yes.
It'd be quite the challenge.
There were a few games I was surprised not to see though, like Ico. I was really surprised not to see that, or Shadow of the Colossus.
Well, no, they do have Shadow of the Colossus.
Is it there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Shadow
sorry.
made it on.
Oh, okay, I missed it. Yeah, there it is. Well, then Ico.
I mean, there's some really good choices, like Okami, I think is a solid, I think Wind Waker was a great choice, too.
Yep.
Oh, no.
No?
I still don't like that game's graphics, I gotta be honest.
Oh.
Again, it doesn't need to be pretty. It doesn't need to be likable. It just needs to have style.
Style! Maybe we'll get a new Earthbound at E3, how's that? I like how you guys are just laughing at this random suggestion.
Well, I mean, there already is a new Earthbound, as I'm sure Christian and Nathaniel are well aware.
Yeah, Mother 3?
Didn't make its way here.
No.
Back to the localization issue.
But
Apparently
an
that's
excellent,
the hot topic
an
this
excellent
month.
fan translation, though.
Yeah.
That also brings up another topic of the 3DS games being region-locked. How many other systems are region-locked?
Most of them, I think.
I think
Most of them.
It's pretty much just the DS that isn't. Well, off the top of my head.
So that basically makes it impossible for me to say, import, a European game over here.
theoretically, unless something comes out that allows it to be played. I don't know.
All right, so
what that
I
would
guess
be.
that just makes regional releasing kind of more of a pain.
Kind of.
Yeah.
It's all just part of our plan to screw over Europe.
But by not releasing the bad Kingdom Hearts games there.
It will show you.
Hey, they got the Professor Layton movie. I'm so jealous. We didn't get that one. And I'm sure it's a great movie. Not really.
There's a Professor Layton movie?
There is, and it was released only in Japan and Britain.
Now I need this.
Well, they'd have to change the voice if they released it in the U.S., right?
No,
We're
they have
offended
the
by accents.
Same voice for Professor Layton, and that guy does half of the voices for the entire series.
Was it like theatrically released?
Theatrically
Wow.
released, and you
Wow.
can watch it all on YouTube, by the
Full
way.
3D HD watching people rearrange matchsticks.
Wow.